Well, I might have found my new snow moving machine. This right here is a 1987 John Deere 316. Picked this up the other day. I haven't even had a chance to unload it, but John Deere 316 with the mower deck installed. We got a rototiller right here that came with it and a snowblower. So that should be pretty handy. Now I got a really good deal, in my opinion, for the tractor, the snowblower, and the rototiller. So I'm pretty happy with it. Let's go ahead and uncover it and check her out. And there she is, 316. This has got, oh, it's missing the grill up here. These older lawn tractors are so much better than the newer ones. They're actually made out of, rugged materials, steel. This thing's got a set of ice chains on it. That's great. One thing I don't know if I care for yet, we'll see when I try it out, is the hand control. This is hydrostatic, but it's got a hand control instead of like a treadle pedal. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Probably gonna take some getting used to. Go ahead and open that up. This has got a twin cylinder Onan 16 horsepower engine in it. Nice big battery. Looks more like a car battery than a lawn tractor battery. This unit only has 656 hours on it. And like I said, this thing's actually pretty rugged. I got a newer John Deere over here that's like 20, 30 years newer than that thing, and it's just complete junk. Everything on this thing is falling apart. These plastic hoods are just so weak. Everything's plastic. The tin is so thin. The only thing good this thing's got going for it is, like I said, the treadle pedal. I don't know if that's what they call these, but the foot pedal where you go forward and reverse. But other than that, it's pretty much junk. Even the engine, it runs. It's got a Briggs & Stratton, and it raps like heck. It'll run all day long, but man, it doesn't sound good. This John Deere 316, I believe they made it from like 84 up to 1992, and the original price was like $4,500, so they definitely didn't give these things away. But if you look at them, they're built very well. These things were actually garden tractors versus lawn mowers, basically. They can do much more than just mow your lawn. Of course, you can get different attachments. This thing actually has a 3-point hitch here, and it's just rugged. Look at the rear end. This mount right here is for the rototiller. Even the mower decks are rugged on this thing, and they're pretty hefty. This rototiller's got some weight to it. Oh, let's go ahead and jump up here. Look at the size of this steering arm. It's very beefy. These things were overbuilt for sure. I think I'm gonna get a little wet here. I don't know what the seat looks like under this thing. I'm guessing probably not great. Nope. Seems how it's got a cover. Not great at all, but it's probably drier than that cover. Oh, there we go. All right, choke. Turn the key on. My hands are a little chilly. Come on, girl. There she goes. That twin cylinder sounds pretty good. A little cold still. Battery light's on. I don't know if it's weak or if it's not charging. I really don't know much about this thing yet. I just picked it up. Like I said, I haven't even unloaded off the trailer yet. So yeah, we'll see. Go ahead and let her warm up for a minute, and then we'll unload it and see how she mows in the snow. Our hydraulics right here. See the deck raising? Nope. Shouldn't like that. Throttle her up. Reverse. There we go. Oh, I think she's a little cold. Hydraulics a little whiny, probably still cold. Let's see. Put her in neutral. Get her revved up. No, she don't like that. I don't know if it's cold or if she might need a carb clean. There we go. She's a little noisy, but I kind of like the sound to it. Almost sounds like a bigger tractor. Get that revved up. There we go. Lower deck. Raise her up a little bit. Mowing. Come on, girl, climb. Slow down, slow down. John Deere 316. There we go. She didn't even drive on her own. Like I said, she's noisy, but I like the sound of it, actually. Sounds pretty good, that twin cylinder. We don't have a lot of snow yet, but I want to hook that snowblower up, see how she does. Certainly getting good traction with the snow chains on there. Yep. She's cold though, I don't know. It might need a carburetor cleaning because when I go ahead and throttle it up, right there it doesn't sound bad, but when you get onto it a little bit, it like pulsates like it's starving for gas. Oh, run away. That engine sounds good though. No noises. This is the electric clutch, so when I engage that, that'll turn that on. I can show you here. We'll idle her up a little. That looks like it's dragging a little low. I wonder if... I think my arm came off on this side. Headlights work. Yeah, one in the center. I think it's supposed to have two right here as well. Warm my hands up a little. Go ahead and shut this girl down. And then we're going to pull that deck off because I don't think we're going to need it. I don't really know how this works, to be honest. It's got built-in hydraulics here. Yeah, that is what happened. The pin came out of this. Or didn't have one, maybe. I don't know. Come on over to this side. Same thing, pull that out. Pick that lever up, which releases the belt. Then this comes right off. That looks like it just pulls out. Yeah, nice. Pretty easy. There's that. I think this pulley system can come on out. This is on the mower side. Be a lot easier for me to hook this back up if I video it. Should be able to slide right on out now. Beautiful. I don't know what size deck that is, 48 maybe. There's the number, and no idea. I'm sure if I look it up it would tell me, but I'm not worried about it right now. I can go ahead and, I think I already unhooked it, yeah. Unhooked this stuff when the day I got it, but just haven't unloaded it yet. Get it unthaw my fingers. Not quite sure how heavy this is, but we're gonna find out here. Got a little weight to it. I'm gonna need two hands. Come on, girl. There we go. I know it's not very far away, but I think the smarter thing would be to drive her. Oh. Awfully cold-blooded. Beautiful. Looks like these need to go out. I'm kind of learning on this. I have not done this before. That looks like our belt's gonna go in here. This, he did tell me, goes over here, and then this arm hooks to that bracket, and that just turns your chute. So that just clips in on the bottom. We just push it in those slots, and then these pins lock in somewhere right there. Oh, they lock in way back there. Oh, just like that. Pretty easy, actually. That wasn't too bad. There's that. That's all hooked up now. Or just need our hydraulics for up and down. It's got a little piston here to pick this up and down, but we don't know which one goes where. I guess it doesn't matter. It's either gonna go up or down with the lever. Probably should have threw a little oil on there, but we didn't. That actually wasn't bad at all. Let's go ahead and fire it up, see if it works. Well, that's the choke. Really, really cold-blooded. Probably the jets are partially plugged up in the carburetor. Probably don't need the headlights on. We'll hit the clutch switch. There she is. Nice. Well, we don't have much snow, but I still want to see if it works. I gotta get a bolt for this bracket, but that's all right. I don't need that right now. Let's make sure she goes up and down. Not sure why that's not working. There we go. Just had to give it a second, probably for the hydraulics to click in. It's actually pretty quick. Doesn't go up much, but it goes up a little. Let's try her out. Drop her down. She's a blowing. A little muddy. Definitely got to get that the carburetor straightened out. You know how it's just pulps in there right there. This is heavy, heavy wet snow. I know it's not a lot, but it's cleaning up pretty good. There we go. Lift her up. Nice. Shut that down. Everything seems to work on it. I'd say let's get this in the shop and probably pull that carburetor apart, see what's going on, because it seems to run okay, but it's not running 100% for sure. Kind of a two-handed machine with the lever instead of having the foot hydraulics. All right, lift this hood up. Actually, I'm having troubles with that. I think what's going on, like I gotta pull this ahead. I think that's bent out a little too far. You can see that's level. Just put that in there and crank her in. Whoops. See how that works. Still catching. Maybe the hood needs to be adjusted, pulled out a little bit. And there we go. Yeah, it kind of hits that, doesn't it? Oh, let her down. That'll be easier. Perfect. A little more room to bend this in. There we go. Let's see. Beautiful. That's what we're talking about. Let's pull the air bonnet off. See how our air filter looks. Actually looks pretty decent. Pull this off. Nice. Not bad at all, actually. I'll blow it out still because I can see some dust. This looks like it's just barely hanging on there. It is. Alrighty. Get that pushed through, then this can come off. There's our carburetor. Looks like some mice or squirrels been in here. We'll vacuum that out. You know what I just saw that might be causing our issue? Check out that coil wire. Definitely been broke and somebody spliced it together, it looks like. I'm sure that's not helping things. Just unwrapped the tape on that. They just spliced it together. So I'm not certain if that's causing our issue. I thought they were supposed to have a grounding wire on the outside. Could be wrong. I also see a wire just hanging out here. Oh, broken. That's supposed to go in there. Yep, right there. So that could be our battery light. Possibly not charging properly. Possibly. Well, I don't have another coil wire, unfortunately, so I taped that back up. I'm going to put it back together for now. I'll definitely get a new one. But for now, we'll hook that up, and I'm going to leave that disconnected, see what we're getting for running voltage, and then I'll hook it up and see if it changes. Get all that garbage out of the engine here. All right, let's fire it up, see what we get for running voltage. Wants the choke. See the battery light still on. It did go off when I was running it. $12.5, so it is charging. Put that in there. Put that in there. Doesn't really change much. All right. Shut it down. See what she goes down to. Yeah, maybe it's staying right up there. So it's not charging at all. That seems kind of strange. Looks like the battery's going up, actually. Let's hook this up, because the plug is still there. Looks like I can. It looks like it got melted. I wonder if it kind of shorted out, but we'll check. So we're plugged in. Still get these connected. Fire it up. Likes that choke. There we go. Well, she's charging now. Battery light's off. Make sure. 13 volts. That's good. Looks like a pretty old fuel filter. Probably better change that too. That's how she should work. Now it should go down. That battery must have been just charged up before I bought it. There's no way this thing's been running like that. Especially with the electric PTO or electric clutch, that belt clutch. Because you're using that, you're using a lot of electronics. Good thing it's got a good battery, but pretty easy fix. I'll just go ahead and tape that up for now. And there's that. That won't be grounding out anywhere anyways. Definitely want to change that fuel filter. Looks pretty gnarly in there. Possibly the only thing wrong with it. Might not even have to go through the carb. We'll see. Pull that apart. Made in Israel. Surprise, not China. 2020. Or 2020, maybe that's part number. She looks, it's got some crap on there for sure. Let's see how hard it is to blow through. Not bad, actually. We got a new one, though. Always put these on the correct way. Right there you can see to carb. So it's going to go to the carburetor. Beautiful. Might as well go ahead and fire this thing up and see how she runs with the new fuel filter before we pull the carb. I'm pretty sure we're still pulling the carb, though. It's going to take a minute to get some fuel in there now. See how she reacts? This is the one with the bad wire. Actually looks pretty white, like it's running lean. Guess we'll pull that carb apart after all. Go ahead and pull this out, drain the carburetor. Gas smells a little old, not horrible. I was gonna clean this carburetor, however, I don't think I want to pull it apart. There's 100% chance this gasket right here is gonna rip when I pull it apart, and same thing with the lower one. And I don't have a gasket for this. And second thought, I'll just pull it apart. She's not running good. We want to make her run good, so we'll pull the choke off here. That removed. Now we'll just remove this upper portion. I bet we're gonna find some junk in here. It's gonna be very easy with this. And hopefully I can get it off without ruining the gasket. I'll go ahead and order one, but I'd like to try her out as soon as I get it done today. One. Two. Three. And the last one. Actually, you know what? That's looking like she's moving pretty good, so it might pop right off there without tearing up that gasket. Be gentle. Nice. Very surprised. So far it looks super clean in here, but it doesn't mean anything. We'll pull the jet out. You certainly don't want to lose this down the intake. That would not be good. Go ahead and blow through. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. Pull our float out here. And our needle. Certainly a little junk in the bottom of the carburetor there we can get rid of. So that wasn't smart. Now I gotta pull this plug back out. Not a huge deal. Comes off easy. But this is how we access our main jet, actually. It's right in there. Sneak this in there to get that out or not? Nope. We'll just have to come in here with this bit. Now we can turn this on out of there. This choke bracket was right in my way, so I'm pulling that off. Only 2 screws. I bet this is the problem. I mean, you see the junk in the bottom of the bowl there, and that main jet is right on the bottom of the bowl, basically. So it would make sense that that would be plugged up, causing that surging. All right, let's see here. I was able to blow right through it, and it's perfectly clean. But I bet while this thing's running, that stuff is floating in there and going in there. So we'll clean it out real good, and then we should be okay. Take some carb cleaner, break up some of that gunk. And let it float out of here. Now obviously if we pulled this carburetor right off, we'd be able to clean it out a little better, but I'm going to leave it on here for now, and I'll just use a little compressed air to help move stuff to the other side and out the hole. Oop. Maybe a little gunk, we'll just use a little brush, clean that out. Same thing over here, a little dried on stuff in there. But really this carburetor is actually pretty clean. Blower out again. A little more carb choke cleaner. We'll put our main jet back in. Tighten that back up. We can put our plug back in here. Tighten that up. We'll get our cleaned pilot jet in there. Or a low speed jet, whatever you want to call it. That's snugged up. Now our needle and float can be installed carefully. Not in there quite. There we go. Now she's into place all the way down there. Now we can assemble it how we took it off. And put our choke bracket back on. And our choke cable. Tighten her down. Make sure the choke's working properly. We'll pull it all the way out. Make sure it's closing. Open, close, open. I'm thinking that was probably the problem. Like I said, the main jet was right on the bottom of the bowl. There's junk in the bowl, so it's getting in there, and it's hopefully that was the issue. Let's fire it up and see. Definitely gonna take a minute because the bowl's pretty much empty. Well, there is some carb cleaner in there. Choke, turn it on. Come on, girl. There she goes. Well, it still kind of sounds like it's surging a little bit, but let's throw the air cleaner back on. I'll blow it out, throw it back on. Then I'll see how she does outside with a load on it. Looks like this is actually easier than I thought. We're not missing a bolt. This just comes out and then goes right in there. Just like that. Alrighty, let's give her another whirl here. Full throttle. Still acting up a little bit. Maybe as we drive it, we'll see. That PTO on. Pretty quick, actually. So yeah, like I was saying, she's gonna need some work, but for the deal that I got the tractor, the mower, the blower, the rototiller, which I haven't even really looked at too much. That's got like a built-in hydraulic pump that actually runs the rototiller itself. So it's got like a hydraulic motor over here, and then your belt just actually spins that hydraulic pump. But I mean, I got the whole package for 600 bucks, so I can't complain. And it was literally my neighbor that had this stuff, so it was just right up the road, not even a quarter mile up the road. So not much gas to get it. Got to do a little work to the tractor. I think there's still some issues with her, possibly that coil wire still. I don't know. I'll give her a good tune-up. The hydraulics are a little whiny on it, so obviously probably change out the hydraulic fluid, put new oil, put new filter, hydraulic filter, and we'll get some get an oil filter and oil in this thing too. And she should be good for winter. We'll see how it goes. Usually I plow with my Kubota. I got a BX 2230. It plows pretty good, but a blower would be nice too. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it's not really power sports related. and I'll catch you on the next one.